T.S. Yaxheimer, and there's another edition of the Spectre, and I'm going to be telling a story about when I was in college, and when I was writing a news story for the school paper. So basically what happened was it was late. It was the last semester I was attending Lock Haven University, and I got a tip on a story about a number of rapes that were reported to the campus infirmary. And that day, I had seen the editor. I think her name was Jen. Keep in mind, this is like 1996, so trying to keep people's names straight. So just came across the road. She wanted to talk to me about, because I needed stories to submit, you know, as part of my grade too. So I went and talked to her, and I said, got this tip, whatever if you want to call it, that there were so many reported sexual assaults to the school infirmary. I'm not sure what that meant exactly. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know that's where you even went when you were sexually assaulted, to the school infirmary. I would assume you'd go to the hospital or the ER. Just speaking from my own ignorance, I don't know. So she basically said that with a resounding no, because the Interfraternity Council runs the school paper and oversees it. Oversees a lot of school activities, and the Eagle Eye paper was one of them. So I couldn't really write the article, and I didn't really, I mean, I wasn't really in, I didn't have anything to go on at that point other than just basically a through the grapevine rumor that I was looking to investigate further. And it was the last semester I was there, and I was just, I was on academic probation, so it was just kind of, I didn't really know what my future was there at the school. So I, you know, I asked around about it a little bit after it, some of the same people that originally told me about the story, and it didn't amount to much more than that. I couldn't get much information out of people. I didn't go to the school or anything, or the administration or the infirmary, to ask these questions, because I knew that would be met with, clearly met with obfuscation. So I just thought, you know, okay. But it always stuck with me, like, did I pursue it enough? Should I have done more, you know, because it was an important story. So I wound up, I, you know, finished out that semester. I went there for a year. I actually graduated from Penn College in Williamsport with a broadcast degree, and I went to Lock Haven for a year for journalism, and that's where this is how my time there ended, basically. And so it ended. It kind of, I mean, I thought about it from time to time over the years, you know, like what that was and everything like that, and why they wouldn't, you know, I mean, I know why they didn't want it written. I mean, you don't want something negative written about a school. You want, you know, kids to attend there and stuff like that. I mean, it's just a perfectly normal thing. But you can't, that's the thing, that's what happened, you know. I was told to basically, you know, kind of keep silent and just don't pursue this thing and all of that, and that's what happened. And I don't, and the thing of it is, when I worked there, I was cleaning during the summer of 2014. This is years and years later, of course. I was working there, and I noticed like all the anti-rape posters on the walls, which just kind of like, I almost thought, you know, like, and really that's the bullshit end of it. You know what I mean? That's just the marketing, like, marketing to parents marketing their school that, oh yeah, your daughter's safe here. We have this huge anti-rape policy and campaign here and everything like that. So we're really against that sort of thing. I mean, of course they're going to say they're against it, but that doesn't happen here, and we don't in any way take it lightly. So that's what all of that was for, and I thought it was bullshit, of course, when I was there, and that's what struck me. But it was interesting to go back there all those years later and then like see that, and pretty much see that nothing really otherwise changed. Though it was just I mean, most causes are very cosmetic. It's a lot of posters and bumper stickers and hats and T-shirts, and this was no different. And so that basically sort of, I don't know, it's not like I came full circle or something with it or something like that, but maybe in a way I did, because when I was like trying on my own to create kind of an awareness for it in a genuine way, just based on people were saying stuff to me about it, and there was concerns, and now that they got their corporate PR people in there, they put up these posters that are actually just terrible, and they just have a very warped message, basically, because they can't make a rape poster that doesn't just vilify men and show women as the victim all the time. And I know that's what you're saying, what you're thinking is, yeah, of course that's usually how rape is, but that's usually the dynamic of it. But I just thought that the posters just depicted guys as, they're just always predators, and I took offense, but just, I didn't, you know what I mean? It's hard to describe, but I mean, I just thought it was the wrong way to go about discussing the problem of sexual assault by vilifying the guy and making him into the monster, versus, rather than working with, talking with kids, with counselors and all of that kind of stuff about sex and, relationships and respect and, the things that need to be discussed with young people at some point. And I know I'm being like corny as hell here right now, which I don't mean to be, but I guess that's, in a nutshell, that's really what should be, talked about, I think. And then I think, and guys, and most guys, I think, would be, not all of them, of course, and not all women even either, but you'll find a lot of, I think they would be receptive to that. They want positive things associated with sex, and making it what it should be, something good, something beautiful, between two people, all that, versus what it's being turned into now as sort of a political hot potato, and it's always being associated with, in the media, especially with like all of this stuff going on with celebrities and shit like Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey and a bunch of other ones. I think they're associating, you get it sort of in a mediated reality sense, you get it associated with sexual assault all the time, and there just isn't really a positive, people aren't talking about it in a sex positive way, I guess. Anyway, I didn't mean to do a public fucking service announcement, but I guess that was the only way I could really end that story, and for there to be a point to it. And this has been T.S. Yoxheimer, and this has been another weird edition of The Spectre, which wasn't even spooky nor anything. But yeah, I thought I would share my tale of when I was in journalism school and this little thing happened. And I thought it was a relatively interesting story. It just raised a lot of questions and all of that. So if you like my channel, subscribe. Leave your comments below. I'm always interested in hearing what folks out there have to say, I guess, about this and any of my other videos. And have a safe and happy rest of the weekend. Say goodbye to the magic plasma ball. Pretty neat. Thank Nikola Tesla.